Hi, very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf Collectibles. Well, this is one I thought long and hard about. Should I bother doing a review on this? Because, you know, everybody's aware of this set. It's been out for many, many years. And I thought, well, why not? Why not? It gives me a chance to run it around the layout, and we'll just talk through what's inside the box. So this obviously is the Hornby Santa's Express train set. Been out for many, many years. Currently retailing at $79.99. I have seen it go as low as £50 in some of the sales in the middle of the year. And even at £79, I think this is a great value starter set. It's, you know, there's a lot in here for the money, and I'm just going to talk through my thoughts and opinions on what's in here. It's another, if you saw a couple of days ago, I did a video on the Ford Holden 040 tank engine. This is another Holden tank engine in here, so we can talk through the detailing on this. And you obviously get your toy wagon in here. I am shooting a video at the moment talking about the Hornby Christmas wagons. That will be coming out in the next day or so. I'm just halfway through filming it at the moment, but you do get the same sort of present set in here. So anyway, I'm going to take this over to the bench, film it from above, show you what's inside, and just talk through why I think this is good value, and then just run it around the layout because I can. And I've also got some sort of Christmas themed wagons that I can put on there. A few of those have come from Sam's Trains, another YouTuber. He's 3D printed some wagons, and I've bought a few of those off of him over the years, so I thought I might as well run those behind and just do a sort of festive montage of the engine running around the layout. Right, so the first thing to say, just to be clear, I've had this specific set for many, many years. This has been out, it's been around the Christmas tree, it's been played with. You can see how tatty the box is. This isn't a brand new one from Hornby from this year. So if Hornby have costed down on this, I do apologise. This is the only reference point I've got. I'm assuming that this is the same as the current production. So that's just get that out of the way now. That's my assumption. So I'm reviewing this as if this is the £79 one that you can buy today. So the front of the box, very nice theme on here. You know, it's very festive. Said it's got track mat in here. My track mat's gone missing many years ago, so I won't be reviewing that. But it shows the track you get in here. It shows the controller, the train, obviously, and the present wagon and the reindeer transport wagon. So with that said, let's get straight inside. Right, so let's just walk through quickly the accessories first, I think. So you get a large radius oval of track here. This one I've not, it's obviously it's all still sealed up, so I'm not going to undo that. You'll know what track looks like. Then we've got a standard power connector, and obviously an opposing piece of track for the other side of the oval that you're creating. Now, so let's just go through these. I mean, you're talking maybe £20–30 worth of track there. These are about a tenner. These are, I think they're about a fiver now. So you're already in at 30 quid just on the track. You've then got, there are some little feature pieces here. We've got vacuum pipe. There's a couple of men to put on the wagon, which I think is a nice touch. Not necessarily necessary for this type of kit, but it's nice to have those in there. And then you've got a Hornby controller here, which I'm guessing, you know, if you had to buy one of these, £10–20. So as I say, you're already £40 in just with the running pieces. Obviously, if you've got your own layout and you're a seasoned collector, this is kind of academic to you. But if you're just starting out, it's nice to have those bits in the set. Right, let's have a look at the train. This is the important bit. So it's a really basic train, and I mean, I did a review recently on the Ford 040 Holden Loco. This is exactly the same moulding, and yeah, it's been around for so many years. So this is the Ford 040 Holden tank that I reviewed, I don't know, last week. And one of the viewers wrote into me and said it's missing the coupling between the wheel and the piston. So if I just show you on here, you see obviously this bar here running through into the piston. So this really is about as cheap as any Loco could get, with Hornby even cheap enough not to put in that small piece of metal. You can see the piston's ready to accept it, but yeah, they didn't even bother putting that in on this version. So that's as cheap as they get, and I'm going to use this to try and explain why I think this is such a good Loco. So then moving on to my other reference point, which is this Great Western. You can see the differences here. We're getting much more detail on the numbering, the lettering's nicer, the printing on the top here is better. We've obviously got the dome on the top that's been printed on, and then things like the red buffer beams. You know, just very small little improvements on the detail that sort of make this a step up from this Loco, and indeed, you know, the connecting rod through here. And then just going on one step further to bring in the Santa's Express. and it's got all the features that I've just spoken about, you know, the red buffer beams and the little bits picked out, but other things like the handles are painted in gold. You've got this railing down the side here, it's picked out in gold, and it's just taking, you know, what is a very basic loco and adding just a little bit of detail on there to make it look slightly better. You know, things like inside the cab, you know, on this loco you can see that the inside of the cab is all green. I'm hoping that's coming out on the camera. I'll just rotate it around. But inside the Santa's Express loco, it's been picked out in black, and it's just nicely finished, nicely printed, and again with the handrails picked out, it just finishes off the loco. Now, so a few of you are going to say, Matt, why on earth are you reviewing this very basic loco? Well, quite frankly, I think this is a fantastic starter loco. You know, if you're trying to get somebody into the hobby, this has got lovely detail on it. It's got a lovely theme. It looks great. It looks like a, you know, a real proper steam engine. And I think this set, I'm really recommending this set. The reason I'm doing this review is because I think this is a wonderful starter set for, you know, somebody younger to get into the hobby. So that's the engine. Let's pull out the present wagon. So this one printed with North Pole on the side. This is the standard plank wagon that's been, I think this moulding's actually been around since the 60s. Pleased to see metal wheels on there. You know, you don't have to do that, it could be plastic wheels, but a nice set of metal wheels on there. And then you've got the standard presents that have come on all of the sort of Hornby Christmas wagons over the years. Now, if I just show you the painting on the end here, I'm going to do a review on the Christmas wagons in a separate video, but each one of these are indeed, I believe, they're hand painted. I mean, each one, when I look at the wagons in detail, the presents are all very slightly different, every single one of them, and some of them are really exquisitely done. Others are, you know, like I say, down here you can see it's a little bit of a mess, but yeah, a lovely thing to have. And I mean, looking at the value, I mean, you could pick up a tank engine like this for maybe £10, one of these for £10, so you're already getting onto the money of the set. And let's bring out the final wagon, which is this reindeer in transit, and this is where they really have cheaped out with plastic wheels. Very lightweight, nothing to it, just with some very cheap out printing on the side. So that's a little bit of a shame. You know, you think about the imagination that you could use on that and how good that could be compared with the rest of the quality in the set. This is where I think Hornby have cheaped out a little bit, and yeah, it's very much a shame. But as a set, I don't think it's too bad. You know, you've got your two trucks here and your train. So with that said, let's go and give them a run around the layout. Now, I'm actually very fond of this Santa's Express loco. I think Hornby have done a fantastic job taking what is, you know, a very old loco that's been around for many moons, and turning it into something that, yeah, is really nicely done. Nice little details on there, and I think anybody starting out in the hobby would be very pleased to see that running around their new train set. What a superb little loco. Moving along, we've got the wagon full of presents, and you can see here the next one is reindeer in transit. Now, I did say that in the beginning that this is an old set. I've had this a few years now. Subsequent to filming that first part of the video, I have actually gone and looked up the current train set, and it's actually Santa's sleigh in transit now, and it's a yellow wagon, not the brown wagon you see here. So there is a slight change in the set. I don't think the detailing on the other components have changed. I think it's still the same detailing on the loco and on the wagon. It's just the final reindeer in transit, the really cheap wagon, that's changed. And then moving on down the train, as I said, I was going to put some of my other Christmassy wagons on here. So these are by Sam from Sam's Trains, is another YouTuber, and Sam has been 3D printing these little wagons and things and selling them. And yeah, I picked these ones up last year. I think they're great. What a great fun thing. You've got the present here, you've got the sleigh, and then you've got a turkey at the end, which I think is absolutely, you know, really fun. And then this year's wagon from Sam is this beautifully made sleigh wagon at the back here, with the presents inside. Yeah, it looks really nice, and it's a really quality thing actually, considering it is 3D printed. Yeah, it's, Sam, you should definitely be proud of these because they're very good. And yeah, I was quite pleased to get one of those. And then finally at the back of the train is the 2023 Christmas wagon from Hornby. You can see all the presents and the teddy bear in the back there. Exactly the same insert as we had in the wagon at the front here, but just with 2023 on the side. So anyway, let's give it a run around the layout and film a little bit of footage. Well, there you go. What a super little starter set. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Looks great, runs great, and for £79 you can't really go wrong. And as I say, if you do want one maybe for next Christmas, keep an eye out throughout the year, because they do seem to fluctuate in price a little bit. Some of you may have noticed that I have actually moved the organisation of the carriages round on the train from the first bit of footage that I filmed. Sam's little turkey wagon and the smaller wagons, I had those in the middle of the train, and sadly with the weight of the carriage at the back, they couldn't make it round the layout without coming off, so I've had to move those to the back of the train. They are quite lightweight, but I hope you'd agree, they do look superb. I mean, quite whimsical and quite funny, but yeah, they really do set off the Christmas train in quite an amusing way, and yeah, well done to Sam. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and yeah, if you've liked this kind of thing, have a look on the channel. There's many videos on there now, all different subjects, and basically anything that interests me, everything from model railways to model kits to roller coasters. It's yeah, I've got very varied and wide interests, and hopefully you'll find something on there that interests you, and you'll be able to subscribe. If you can subscribe, you will be doing me a massive favour. It really does help the channel out. Anyway, again, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.